That's the train. In education, some university staff in and around London have also taken industrial action in a decade-long dispute over pay and conditions. Well, Thomas Magill is here to explain. Over to you.
Yes, Riz, thank you. And this affects a whole range of workers in universities, including lecturers, librarians and support staff. Here in the capital, 40 universities are taking part, including some of our biggest institutions like LSE, King's, Goldsmiths and UCL, on what is the first of 18 planned days of action scheduled for February and March. So this is expected to have a big impact on students and affect thousands of workers. Why are they striking? Well, the main issue is pay and conditions. The unions are demanding a 12% rise or inflation plus 2%, whatever is higher. They want to see an end to 0 hours or temporary contracts, and they also want to see a reduction in excessive workloads and unpaid work. Now, an offer was put on the table of between 5 and 8%, but that has been rejected. Now, we can see here from this graph how much lecturers, for example, are paid. The starting salary for a research assistant is just under £32,000, and for a more experienced principal lecturer, that rises to just a smidge over £59,000. Workers insist universities have plenty of money, and all they're asking for is a fair wage at a time when the cost of living crisis is continuing to bite.
What's offer on the table for most university staff at the moment is a real terms 5% pay cut for this year. And this is at a time when, again, student tuition fees are soaring. They've tripled for home students since 2010. They've doubled or more for international students. There's record sums of money. Universities are sitting on huge surpluses. And this just shows what a broken system of privatised higher education there is.
Well, earlier I mentioned today is the first of 18 planned strikes, and that will mean 18 days of no teaching or support for many students. Lecturers also striked back in November, so this is a dispute that's been rumbling on for a bit. And earlier I spoke to students outside UCL who were largely supportive of today's strike.
I think what's going on for them with the pay doc is so unfair. It is impacting us in the sense of we are getting lecture cuts, and it is like our exams next term, so it is a little bit stressful for us, but we are still in support of the union.
We've looked at the statistics of it. They've got handouts, and yeah, they just aren't getting paid enough. So we are in support, but it's also a contradiction to our own education, so we have to just get on with it.
They've already striked back in November, and that was a couple of days, which was fine, but now it's like lots of days, so it's a bit of a difficult because we're paying for this, and it's like we can't then do classes.
Now, Universities UK, who represent 140 institutions, say some universities have extended coursework deadlines and rescheduled teaching. It's also worth noting the University and Colleges Union says it will reballot members, and that could mean this dispute extending well into 2023 if support for strike action continues. Riz.
Thomas, thanks very much for that. Thomas Magill.